Is Dana White's Contender Series season. And folks, this is the first week of this 2024 season. If you've been around the channel for a while, you know how much we love the Dana White's Contender Series around here. Last season, we had a great time. We hit some big underdogs. We picked some big favorites. We had a good time. It was good. It was great. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful season. But this season stands out to me as probably one of the better seasons that we've had, just based on the prospects coming in through this one. And in fact, in this matchup here, we're at 125 pounds with two undefeated 6-0 prospects. We have Loner Kavanagh. He's coming in off that Cage Warriors scene, right? And we have the MMA Lab prospect in Tuan. Both of these guys, like I said, 6-0. So one of them is most likely going to taste some defeat in this matchup, assuming we don't get like a no contest or something. We will have to make our prediction based on that. So for these guys, both young, both coming into this with a head of steam, but neither of them really have had a ton of experience, right? So 6 fights, that's not a lot, but we've been able to extrapolate a lot of data because a lot of these fights have gone late. You know, a lot of them, they've got some minutes in the cage, things like that. So we've got some notes here, and we're going to start on the Kavanagh side. For Kavanagh, the dude is a good striker, and he puts together very good combinations. He has a ton of power as well, but it's kind of knocked down power, right? It's not, I mean, they're 125 pounders, so you don't get a lot of just one shot, put your lights out power. Kavanagh's got pretty good power, and he'll put you down, sit you down, and then he can follow it up. He darts in and out a lot. When he does that, so what he does, he comes in, lands his combinations or his big bombs, and then he just darts back out to get out of range. The one drawback I will say, though, is when he really loads up on those big power shots, he will drop his hands heavily. So if he's throwing a big lead hook, that other hand comes way down here. If he's throwing a big cross, well, the other hand is down here. He's done this in quite a few fights, even including his most recent fight. So I do know that it is still, as of his last fight, something that he needs to work on a little bit. But usually if he's landing these shots, it doesn't really matter if he dropped his hand because the opponent's also dropping. But it can be something that can be capitalized on. He does have a very good leg kick ability here, and he's going to be able to work those leg kicks to accumulation. And something I'm going to point out later on the other side is that these leg kicks might be crucial in this matchup. But he does show the ability to work leg kicks to accumulation, which is something that you like to see from a young prospect. He also, not just the leg kicks, he has a very diverse kicking arsenal in general. The guy can throw his head kicks, he can throw kicks up the middle, spinning kicks, things like that. He does a good job at mixing different styles of kicks with the hands, making him kind of a complete striker there. Good grappling as well. He's got good takedowns against the cage. We haven't seen a ton of like open mat takedowns, but against the cage, he does a good job there. Very good at taking the back, and defensively, he's got a good sprawl. On the other side, here's what I'm going to point out before we get too far into it. It's the leg kick defense because of his open stance here, we have a he stands really like that karate style, taekwondo style, like wide stance. He is susceptible to getting kicked in the leg. So the leg kicks could be a big factor for the Kavanagh side. On Antoine Ho's side, the guy's a good striker as well. He will switch stances a lot, so it's going to be harder to get that accumulation going on the leg kicks because he just switches stances regularly. But it is a thing that one of the legs is going to be right out there in front. He has pretty good movement on the feet, and he kind of likes to slide in and out with a 1-2. So he likes to slide in, 1-2, slide right back out. Sometimes he'll follow that 1-2 into a takedown. And when he does, he has a very good level change. We'll cover that in a minute. But that slide in 1-2, that's what he likes to do. He doesn't throw a ton of other stuff as far as his hands go. He does. I mean, he can put together combinations, but a lot of times it's that slide in 1-2, slide out. It's that karate style that he has, right? Very accurate with his strikes, and he's got kicks to all levels. Does a very good job with that karate style, that slide in, land your stuff, get out. But he can kick off of either leg as well, which is important because not a lot of fighters can kick off their lead leg without having to do a switch. Ho can do that, does a good job with it. He's a solid grappler. Like I said, he's got a good level change, and sometimes it comes at the end of that 1-2, which is important because if you can set up your takedowns with strikes, you're going to have more success just, in general. He's got good scrambling ability as well, and he's good off of his back. He's either trying to sweep or submit guys from his back, and then he won't just sit there and play guard. He'll try to either sweep or submit, and then, get back to his feet if he doesn't get either of those. He's got good transitions, both with the positionally transitioning, between different, spots, but also his transitions between subs. So, for example, maybe he's going for a triangle. Guy tries to fight the triangle. He switches to an armbar. Guy tries to fight the armbar. He says, screw that, goes to take the backs, whatever. He has different transitions, and he just keeps going through it. He's very active on the mat, not just, in one facet, but he's able to mix that between the different styles of things on the mat, right? One thing that I don't really like is that he can get taken down relatively easy, but what I do like is that he often tries to reverse position on the way down or roll through a position. So like if he's getting taken down backwards, he's going to say, okay, instead of resisting this takedown, I'm going to try to roll through this and end up on top. And it's worked out for him a couple of times on the regional scene, but I could see in a situation where like maybe he ends up against the cage, can't really do that, or maybe the roll just didn't work and dude's stuck on the mat. He then has to start working for his other stuff. So he can get taken down easily, and somebody that has a really grappling heavy game plan could take him down. But like I said, he's going to try to reverse position on the way down, or he's going to try to roll through that position, depending on the style of the takedown or what have you. Ultimately, this is a good fight. I think we're probably going to get a decision. I think both of these guys are tough. I think both of these guys are going to be there for all 3 rounds. But for me, I think the guy that's going to have the advantage is actually Antoine Ho. I think he's going to get this one done. I believe he's going to have the grappling edge. I think even if he does get taken down, I think he's going to be able to reverse position and get on top. On the feet, the fact that that Kavanagh drops his hands when he throws heavy, I think Ho's going to be able to slide in and out a range and land a couple of big shots when Kavanagh drops his hands. I do worry about the leg kicks. I really do, because I could see Ho getting his leg kicked up pretty bad, and it looks really gnarly. The commentators are talking about it. Maybe he's not moving quite as well or light on his toes at the end of the 3rd round or what have you. But I do think Antoine Ho is going to do enough to get this one done. But I'd love to hear from you guys. If you haven't done it already, drop a comment down below predicting your prediction for this fight, but also hit that like button while you're down there. I do appreciate it. It goes a long way of supporting the channel. And we will have the rest of this Dana White Contender Series card in a playlist. If it's not already up, it will be very soon. So stay tuned to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.